Dear students, last day we study about the ascent of sap due to transpiration. You know very well what is transpiration, and you also understand that transpiration cohesion force theory. Today our topic is going on the structure of stomata. So what is the structure of stomata? So stomata found on the surface of leaf. There are two type of leaf. One monocot leaf. On monocot leaf, the stomata are found both surface equal. The equal stomata are found on the both surface. But in dicot leaf, unequal stomata are found on the both surface. Usually, the number of stomata are greater than in lower side than upper side. After that, we going to structure of the stomata. You can see the structure of stomata. Stomata is a minute pore. Stomata is a minute pore which is covered by kidney shape or bean shape guard cell. Guard cell contain nucleus and chloroplast. Nucleus and chloroplast. It also contain cytoplasm. The inner layer of guard cell is a thick and outer layer of guard cell is a very thin. It is also covered by epidermal cell or we can say subsidiary cell. Epidermal cell or we can say subsidiary cells. So stomata are found on the upper surface of the leaf. It is a contain minute pore and covered by a kidney-shaped guard cell. It contains nucleus, chloroplast and cytoplasm. It is covered by subsidiary cell, but the subsidiary cell does not contain chloroplast due to it does not take part in the photosynthesis. The innermost layer of guard cell is thick and outermost layer of guard cell is thick. Now we going on the opening and closing of stomata. Means the mechanism of stomata. The mechanism of stomata depend upon starch and sugar conversion. So it is called as starch-sugar interconversion theory. It is divided into two parts, daytime and nighttime. Daytime and nighttime. Now we going on daytime. In daytime, photosynthesis occur into guard cell due to presence of chloroplast and make sugar. The pH in daytime is reached on the 7 and on the 7 pH the starch convert into sugar, and you know very well sugar is a osmotic, so it dissolves in the cytoplasm and increase the osmosis pressure of guard cell. Osmosis pressure of guard cell due to endosmosis occur. So water come into the guard cell and it comes into the turgid stage due to the stomata will be open, and in night time the pH remain 5. On this pH, sugar convert into starch. Starch is non-osmotic substances, so it does not dissolve into the cytoplasm. So concentration of cytoplasm will be decreased, or we can say the osmosis pressure of cytoplasm will be decreased due to exosmosis occur and water goes outside from the guard cell, means it comes into the subsidiary cell. Due to cell comes into flaccid stage and stomata remain closed. So dear students, it is the starch-sugar interconversion theory. So we can say how can it possible that it open into the daytime and it close into the night time. One question arises in our mind that sugar which convert from the starch is in the form of glucose 1 phosphate, and glucose 1 phosphate is non-osmotic, then how can it increase the osmosis pressure? So this is eliminated by Stewart. Stewart says that it is true that it formed into the glucose 1 phosphate, but after some time it converts into the glucose 6 phosphate. It is osmotic substances and dissolve into the cytoplasm or guard cell and increase the concentration of guard cell, or we can say osmosis of guard cell. The opening and closing of stomata is the mechanism of transpiration. One question arises in our mind that a specific family, Gramineae, the Gramineae family does not contain kidney-shaped stomata, but it contains dumbbell-shaped stomata. So, Gramineae family is the only family which contains dumbbell-shaped stomata. On this basis, a question put in the exam that which family contains dumbbell-shaped stomata. So it is very clear that Gramineae family contains the dumbbell shape of stomata. Okay. Now we can go on what is the function of transpiration. So you know very well it is responsible for the absorption of water, because we yesterday studied about transpiration cohesion force theory. It is also responsible for the ascent of sap. It is also responsible absorb the mineral and nutrients from the soil. So it is very important. So students, we send notes already to study. Now we going on another topic of plant physiology. Thanks.